In the previous tutorial, we talked about angle measurement in AutoCAD and Revit. In this tutorial, we want to talk about point measurement in Revit. Stay with me. One of the most important tools and controllers we have in AutoCAD are the controllers related to finding points. If you can't accurately capture and find points in a software like AutoCAD, what's the difference between AutoCAD and, say, Paint? So finding points is very important. The tools that help you find points in AutoCAD come in the form of two tools. If you remember from the previous session, we had Polar and Ortho down here. Those 2-point finders are also right here below. The 2-point finders are next to each other. This tool is called OSNAP. When I hover over it, it says F3 OSNAP or Object Snap. The tool next to it is Object Snap Tracking, which, as you can see, its shortcut is F11. So when I press F3 here, as you can see, OSNAP turns on and off. And when I press F11, as you can see, OTRACK turns on and off. Both OTRACK and OSNAP should always be active. They must always be active. So I activate both of them by pressing F3 and F11, and both are now on. Unlike the angle measurement tools, where only one can be on and the other must be off, these two can both be on at the same time and should be on. So what do? Suppose I draw a circle here in AutoCAD. For example, I also draw a line here. What else should I do? I'll draw an arc as well. For example, from here to here. Of course, I haven't talked about drawing circles and arcs in Revit yet. We'll get to that in future videos. Now, let's say you need to be able to find the endpoints of these lines, the endpoint of the arc, the center of the circle, the top, bottom, left, and right of the circle. Or, for instance, you draw a line here and want to find the intersection of these two lines. These are very important for drafting. For example, suppose you want to draw a line from the center of the circle to this point on the right side of the circle. Well, you need to be able to find the center of the circle, and you need to be able to find the right point of the circle. OSNAP helps you with this. Does OSNAP work even when I'm not in any command? No, look, right now I'm not in any command and you don't see anything. It's as if nothing is happening. OSNAP only works when you're in a command. For example, if I enter the line command, I type L, enter, or any other drawing command that lets you draw a line, a rectangle, a circle, and so on. Whenever you enter any drawing command, OSNAP starts working. Now, it's enough for me to bring my mouse over this line. Do you see? Now, if I move down a little, do you see? Do you see that green triangle? That indicates the midpoint of this line. If I move the mouse down a bit, now do you see this square? It means I can snap to the end point of the line for you. Or if I move the mouse over the circle, do you see that green diamond? It means this is the rightmost point of the circle. Do you want me to snap to it for you? The software is telling you this. If I move the mouse to this side, it says this is the leftmost point of the circle. Do you want me to snap to it for you? If I go to the center, it shows it like this. If I go here, it says this is the intersection of these two lines. Do you want to snap to it? And so on. Okay, so how are these settings configured? If you right-click on this OSNAP here and click on its settings, you'll see that its settings window opens up for you like this. Always set it up the way I'm telling you. Keep all the options on the left side enabled, plus the first option on the right. Always do this. Make sure to turn off all the other options as well. This is the most optimized OSNAP settings configuration. Now, what does each of these do? What is the symbol for endpoint? A square, if you remember, shows us the end of a line. It doesn't matter if it's the end of a line or the end of an arc. The midpoint option, its symbol is a triangle. If you remember, it shows me the middle of a line or an arc. Center shows me the center of a circle or the center of an arc. Geometric center, for example, shows me the center or the middle of a rectangle, or the center or the middle of a hexagon or octagon. Node shows me the points. It's used a little less, but when needed, it's very useful. Quadrant shows the 4 main directions of a circle, and its symbol is a diamond, as you saw here. Intersection shows me the intersection of two objects relative to each other. We saw this, I just showed it to you. But the option we haven't seen yet is the extension option. Extension means it extends. So what does that mean? Look, sometimes you want to snap to a point along the extension of this line. All you have to do is hover your mouse over this point and hold it there, then move along the same direction. Now look, next to the mouse cursor it says extension, meaning it's telling you that it's extending this line for you. It also shows a number, like extension 247, which means that from the start of the line I've now moved 247 units away. Now, if I want to pick a point 500 units away from the start of this line, do I have to move my mouse like this until I reach 500? No, it's enough to just type it in. I type 500 and press enter. See, from the start of this line, along its extension, it picked this point for me 500 units ahead, very easily. So extension helps me find an extension and snap to a point along that extension. The opposite is also possible. Suppose I want the center of a circle to be 500 units back from the end of this line, and I want to draw a circle with a radius of 200 units, or maybe 100 units. It might seem difficult, but with the tools we've just used, it's very easy. I need to enter the circle command. Why? Because I want to draw a circle here. I'll explain the circle command in the next lesson, but for now, if you want to practice, the shortcut for the circle command is C. I press C, enter. Okay, once I'm in, I stand at the end of this line, move my mouse upward. Now look, again it says extension. So it's extending the line along itself. You don't have to go outside the line, you can move along the line itself. Now, I just need to enter 500, press enter. See, it set the center of the circle 500 units inside the line here. Now, I just need to enter 100. What is 100? That's the radius of the circle. 100, enter. It created a circle with its center 500 units from the start of the line and a radius of 100 units. Just like that, my circle was drawn easily. So that was the first option, extension. Alright, we've reviewed all these options together. The rest of the options you see here are related to OSNAP. Some of these are useful at times, and in future sessions, when we talk about other tools, we'll gradually discuss these as well. But for now, since they're not necessary, I'll set them aside. Now, in the second part, I want to talk about the OTRACK tool. To explain this, I needed a cleaner workspace so that extra intersections wouldn't show up. So I opened a new page. Right now, the OTRACK tool is off, but OSNAP is on. OSNAP, as you know, is active, and naturally its identifiers are visible. We want to see how OTRACK can help us here. Sometimes you want to align the right sides of these two lines together. For example, for what purpose? For example, you want to draw a circle at the intersection of these two lines with a radius of, say, 200 units. How would you do that? You type C, enter, and now here you move the mouse. Got it? So I pause for a moment, move the mouse, and it captures the extension of the direction. Then I pause here again for a moment, move along that direction, and again it captures the extension of that direction. I bring the mouse over, and you can see that it shows the intersection of these two lines relative to each other. So now you can easily click here, and for example, if you want to draw a circle with a radius of 100, you just enter 100 and press enter, and the circle is drawn very easily. But now, let me change the scenario. You want to draw a circle that is aligned with this vertical direction and this horizontal direction. So I go up vertically from here and move forward horizontally from here. And at their intersection, I want to draw a circle with a radius of 100. Will it do that? Well, it actually can't do this at all. Now, if I pause here and go up, it doesn't recognize the direction at all. Same here, it doesn't recognize it at all. So all you need to do is turn on OTRACK. I turn on OTRACK, pause here again, and this time I move the direction up. And here too, I pause at this point, and this time I move horizontally. Now, as you can see, it shows the intersection of these two relative to each other. Now, all I have to do is click, and very easily I can draw a circle with a radius of 1 unit. This was also thanks to OTRACK. In fact, with OTRACK, not only can you identify points along the line itself, just like the extension command does, but you can also identify points in other directions, like horizontally, vertically, or any other direction. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so that as soon as a new detailed tutorial is published, you'll have access to it. Let's move on to the next tutorial.